Good morning, my friends. Welcome to this episode of Healing Your Codependency. I'm Marshall Bircher, and I'm your guide in transforming your codependency into peace, freedom, and belonging in your world. Today, I'm excited to have you here because we're going to be talking about one of the three necessities. Specifically, we're talking about emotional safety and its critical role it plays in both our codependency and in our advocacy of who we are and becoming ourselves. So, what is emotional safety? Emotional safety is the ability to feel secure in accessing, acknowledging, expressing our emotions, as well as receiving the expressions of other people's emotions, acknowledging and legitimizing those experiences they share with us. So emotional safety is the ability to feel our emotions, to acknowledge that they're there, to treat them as legitimate and valuable, and to then receive other people's emotional expressions and treat them with the same warmth and validity that we give our own. When we do not feel safe with our emotions, we either hide the emotions or we express the emotions in ways that are typically aggressive or dismissive. Codependency, we just dismiss our emotions. We minimize them. We don't have feelings. We are needless because we do not feel safe with having emotions, having feelings, having needs in our life. The reason I throw needs in here is because in emotional safety, the emotion is the expression of a need. So in us, we have what's called parts or aspects of self. These are parts of us that have needs, wants, feelings, and perspectives about our lives. And when we're feeling hurt or we're feeling lonely or we're feeling empty or we're in need of companionship or intimacy or care or play in our world, this shows up as a somatic thing, a feeling, a sense, an urgency, a hunger in us. And then it's filtered through our relationship to others, or what is called the attachment systems that we have. So we're talking about attachment a lot, but namely we have what attachment is the emotional bond we share with someone else. And it is the conduit in which we share feelings, wants, needs, doubts, and concerns. And it's whether we feel secure in that or we feel in danger in that expression that determines if we feel safe enough to advocate or if we're going to fawn. So specifically in codependency, what happens is we have these emotional needs, these needs that start showing up and expressing themselves in our body, and they're filtered through that attachment system towards codependency or towards advocacy, and that is determined by how safe we feel with our emotions. Okay? So in emotional safety, we start with you to you. How safe do I feel having feelings, having these sensations and these tensions and these movements in my body? How aware of them am I? Can I locate them? Can I acknowledge them? Can I name them? So with emotional safety, it's about reconnecting to our emotional reality and beginning to acknowledge it, understand it, and then soothe it. Because when we can understand and soothe it, we can then empower and engage our emotional safety and emotional reality in a way that brings in more soothing and safety for ourselves. That's why we start there. And a foundation course that is the first 5 weeks of the course is built around creating emotional safety using somatic tools that make it easier and safe enough to feel and connect with what we are experiencing internally. When we have this kind of warmth and connection towards ourselves, then we are able to advocate for ourselves. We're able to know what our boundaries are. It becomes safer to speak up. It's safer to have boundaries, to keep them. Safer to choose ourselves and become ourselves. So in emotional safety, start with that first component, you to you. How safe do we feel? And then we move to how safe does it feel to share my feelings with others? So this is a you to others arrangement. How do I express them? What words do I give them? What statements do I use? We start to build out the ability to communicate what we feel effectively and in a way that is going to give us clarity about whether this person's emotionally available enough to receive what we share, and then we can build belonging, connection, and support there. And then the third component is how others express and share their emotions with us. And that's our ability to receive. It's our emotional availability for their emotional reality, being able to receive that while maintaining a sense of self and individuality rather than becoming blended up in their emotions. Instead, we become autonomous to their emotions, where we can witness it, identify it, care about it, respond to it based on what's appropriate for them and for us in the situation at hand. So emotional safety builds a foundation for us to relate safely, to feel safe, to belong, to be known, and to know others without losing ourselves. And this is where the other two necessities of self-worth and belonging come into play, because they all interact with each other. They're all interdependent that way. They support us in becoming ourselves and then building interdependent relationships that are actually safe. They feel safe to us. They behave in safe ways. We're able to navigate conflict and difference in ways that are safe. We're able to have disagreements and feel safe in them. We're able to advocate for ourselves rather than fawn, because we feel emotionally safe with ourselves first, and then we can identify and build emotional safety with others. That's the work. So in the Foundations course that starts January 22nd, we start on that emotional safety, specifically emotional safety with yourself, and then we build belonging and we build self-worth so that this all becomes interdependent, raising the bar from I feel unsafe so I can't advocate to I'm feeling safer and safer to advocate. The goal isn't to become 100% safe, because that's not something the body's going to buy into. Well, the goal is to become safe enough to advocate. That means safe enough to say no, safe enough to ask for something, safe enough to say no to something, safe enough to leave if things aren't working for you long term, safe enough to stay if things are working long term, safe enough to be with yourself, safe enough to know what you're feeling, safe enough to bring soothing to the pain that you carry. That's the goal here. And it doesn't take a whole lot. It just takes the right knowledge, the right tools, the right practices, get you the right experiences with the right support and the right structure. And that's what Foundation provides. So again, we start January 22nd. The course is 15 classes long. We end May 13th. There's 2 breaks during the course because I got to travel for volleyball. And then, but I teach you all of these principles and then give you the practices that make them real, and we support you in your discovery process as you move through that. Live classes are taught on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. The recordings are released the following day. You get lifetime access to both to the recordings and to live attendance, so you can attend the course anytime I teach it live. And yeah, it's all online, so you get to access it 24/7 on demand once the recordings are up. Yeah. There you go. More information is in the link in the description below. Come join us there, my friends. Emotional safety is where we start. Today I'm going to give you a little tool to start this off with, and that is a practice of observing. Like, notice what you're feeling, whether it's just in your awareness or whether you can sense it in your body. Notice it's like, ooh, there's a sensation there. There's a thing there. There's a feeling there. There's something there. And then attempt to name it. Give it a name. It's like, oh, maybe that's anxiety. Maybe that's jitteriness. Or maybe, oh, look, that feels like a knot. Label it. Maybe describe it. This starts building a connection to you again, which raises just a little bit your emotional safety and your ability to access and know yourself. So that's where we start. Go gently with yourselves, my friends. If you got questions about the course, feel free to reach out to me. If you're listening via podcast, go to healyourcodependency.com. It's got all the information there. You're on Facebook or on YouTube, it's in the descriptions. Again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Our next episode, we're going to dive into a bit more into the 3 necessities. We're going to talk about self-worth, what that's about, why it's crucial to your independence from codependency. So watch out for that one. Thank you, and I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye. So thank you for watching this episode. And you want more episodes like this, check out the recommended video above. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you're ready to take the leap and heal your codependency, check out my workshop linked below on how to heal codependency permanently. Then you can understand how I help you restore safety, connection, and worth in your life, and how that liberates you from your codependency and empowers you in creating the relationships, the satisfaction, fulfillment you want in your life. So check that out below. Thank you again for showing up, guys. Bye-bye.